Well, hello, everybody. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you. Something like that. Happy New Year, everybody. It is a new year. It's a new day. 2023. How does it feel, people? You made it another year. I'm worried about some of y'all, but you made it. Yeah, 2023. When I was 23, it was a very good year. It was a very good year, even though it's only been 2 days. Um, yeah, what's going on, everybody? How are we doing? How are we doing? Well, my fantasy season came to a close yesterday. It was, I was fighting hard for it. In the end, I faltered. I could have finished third, which means I would have got my money back. But instead, I lost, and now I'm probably going to finish. I think I'm going to finish fifth, which, middle of the road, bad average. It's about how I, it's about how I feel about most things, about average. Yeah. So what else is going on? Did you have a good Christmas season? Did you get everything you wanted and more? I sure hope so. I hope you people are happy. I'm pretty happy. I got some new clothes. I got a bunch of I collect records now. I collect vinyl and LP or whatever you want to call it. I don't know all the technical terms. I got a bunch of those, some opera, some Sinatra, some stuff like that. Monteverdi, Handel, Verdi, Maria Callas. Who else? I don't know, but I'm really enjoying them so far. I've listened to most of them. Gwyneth Jones, Cesare Siepi, of course, the king of the basses, as some like to say. I think he was one of them. He's definitely in the running. One of the best ever. But yeah, it's been good. It's been good. I'm sure my family loves it. They love hearing all that, all that singing and whatnot. Oh, the big one was one of the big ones was Birgit Nielsen's Electra recording. I've never heard it on like a proper sound system. I've heard it through my AirPods and my phone speaker. It doesn't really carry the same weight. And I turned that thing on and the floor started shaking. I mean, that's a magnificent recording. I'm not always the biggest fan of George Solti. I think he was good and certainly competent, but sometimes rather anonymous. But this recording, he really does a magnificent job. And Nielsen, of course, was one of the famous Electras, probably the best of her day. Not, I mean, the voice, her voice was so powerful, it really beggars belief. And then, but there are other great Electras as well. But Inga Borka, Gwyneth Jones. Yeah, there's other good ones. Gertrude Graub Prandtl. Is that how you say it? I don't know. I never claimed to be an expert on anything. Anybody remember her? Lesser known, but very powerful voice. About as powerful as Nielsen. If records are to be, if you can get an idea from that. Some people say if you didn't see them live, you never saw them. It's like, okay, whatever. I guess I've never really heard any of these people. Then so I'm so sorry to have been born in 1999, Mr. Opera Expert. But anyway, yeah. So what else is new, huh? Yeah, good Christmas. Like gift cards, of course. And my grandparents, they gave me a scratch off. They sent me a card with a bunch of scratch offs. I hit one for $50. Thank you, Grandma and Papa. I really appreciate that. I gotta take off my jacket. It's getting hot in here. My room, I don't know what it is. It traps heat. It's the hottest room in the house. I don't understand it. It could be 40 degrees in there. I'll be in here sweating. I don't know what it is. Somebody's playing a trick on me. They know I don't like it hot in my room. I like it cold in my room. I rather I'd rather be cold and put something on than be hot and be sweating. You see what I'm saying here? Someone's playing a trick on me. Whoever engineered this house, whoever built this house, which I guess were my parents, they built it on the lot, so they helped design it. Y'all, I'd like to turn my fan on, but the noise seeps into the microphone, and then I can't. So I guess I'm just gonna have to sweat for you people. How about that? How about that? So the other day, the Christmas season is the most. I'm sorry, I almost said the most miserable, but to say the most busiest time of year, which most busiest. I guess that's why I didn't become an English teacher. But yeah, it's the busiest time of year. You're rushing around, you're doing things, but it's always good fun. I've been singing a lot. We sang the holiday pops. I think I sang something for 3 weeks. I talked about that. I talked about that last week. You see, I can't even keep track of what I've talked about now. I'm getting old. 23, baby, 23, and I'm starting to lose it. I'm losing it. Of course, some would argue that it was lost from the beginning, but that's another thing. That's neither here nor there. But yeah. Anyway, it's the busiest time of year, right? So I'm driving around. I get a phone call. And normally I don't even answer if I don't recognize the number. I figure it's that important, they'll just leave me a message. But for some reason, something compelled me, something, I don't know what, said, answer that. So I did. It's from Virginia or something. And it was this older sounding man on the phone. And he starts talking and he goes, yes, this is Publishers Clearinghouse, and you've won the sweepstakes for blah blah blah. And I just, I just go, really? Are you serious? What did I say to him? I said, really, seriously, dude? Are you kidding me? It's like, how do you get to the point? That's where you're trying to make money. Like, who were you working for? You're an older sounding man. I wanted to say, Obi-Wan says, uh, the guy tries to sell him death sticks, which is like, I don't know, I guess it's like drugs in Star Wars. And then he goes, I don't want any death sticks. He does the mind trick. I don't want any death sticks. You want to go home and rethink your life. That's what I wanted to say to the man, but he hung up before I got the chance. I just don't understand it. It's like how do you get signed up to go scam people? Usually it's like a robot voice or something, but no, this guy was a real person. I just wanted to say, dude, go. I don't know. I didn't curse at him or anything. I just said, you kidding me? Really? It's like, first of all, I mean, scam the old ladies and the old guys. I just, don't scam me. I'm 23 years old. I know how these things work. Yeah, I answer the phone. That's it. No more answering the phone. That's it. If you want to get in contact with me, just text me. I can't deal with this nonsense. People calling me trying to scam me. I get all those robocalls. My car's extended warranty. This and that. I win some money. It's like the Nigerian prince thing. I don't know. It's like, does anybody fall for that stuff anymore? I guess so. They keep trying. I don't even know what the Publishers Clearinghouse is. I have no idea what that is. And I entered it into a sweepstakes for it, apparently, according to this guy. I was just surprised because usually you don't get a real person. Usually it's a robot. Like a robot. But I digress. Maybe it wasn't a scam and my prize got delivered to the person next door. I have no idea. I don't need it anyway. What do I need the Publishers Clearinghouse for? I don't even know what you are. Sweepstakes. What does that mean? Do they sell books? Publishers? They're clearing books out? Do they give books to people? Is that it? I like books, but I got enough. I have a list this big. I gesture because you can clearly see me, but I have a huge list of books that I haven't even picked up yet. I'm stuck trudging through the same series I've been reading for the past year. I don't have time to read much anymore. I'm just too busy. But speaking of scammers, you know something. Have you ever noticed the bank is only open while you're at work? Have you ever noticed that? They're open from like 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, and it's like, why are you only open when people are at work? I know not everybody works a 9 to 5, but most of the population does. Okay, so you're gonna tell me that I gonna have to take time off of work to go visit your bank to try to get my money out? They want to hold on to your money. That's why they do it. Can't just move it back an hour. I don't understand. These places are only open from 9 to 5. It's like, okay, most people are working during those hours. So whose business are you trying to capture? It's not just the bank, it's everybody. Everybody's open at the same time. We need to set up a tiered system. Some people start at 8. They go 8 to 4. Some people start 9 to 5. Some people start 10 to 6. It doesn't have to go beyond 7. But if somebody would stagger these things, just organize it, life would be a lot better. Everybody should just listen to what I suggest to you people. Okay? The bank is. I've had it with the bank. They only open when I can't go. I'm trying to get my money out, and these people want to hold on to it. You think it's a coincidence? They want the money. What's just stop it? What's gonna stop them? If it was a crooked bank, what's stopping them from just we're closed, we're taking your money, and then the guy just escapes to I don't know Sri Lanka or something. What's stopping him? Anything? You could be halfway across the world. They won't know what's gonna happen. It just you gotta watch the banks, okay? I don't pretend to understand anything about banking, but I know that there's something fishy going on with the 9 to 5. And by the way, Henry Ford, because I know it was you who's responsible for the 9 to 5, the 5-day work week. I've had it. Okay, this is not the best system. Why are we still holding to this? I think it should be a 3-day weekend. I really do. It's just I don't know. Why am I? I don't know, people. I can't change the world. Why do I think that? I don't really know. I don't really have an answer for that, but I do think it. So what? I mean, so you have to account for the extra 8 hours. So there's 4 other days. So you would be working an extra 2 hours every day. Well, that's not really great either. I'm trying to think. What's the solution? What is the solution? It's interesting. A lot of people complain, but they can't come up with a solution. I'm going to come up with one. Okay. I think if you add, so if it's okay, if it's an extra 4 hour, no, it's an extra 2 hours over 4 days, right? 8 hours over 4 days. You can't do math. Extra 8 hours over 4 days, right? Now, could you add one at the beginning and one at the end? So then you would be working what is that, 8 to 6 for 4 days? I mean, I guess it would give you a day to catch up on your errands, and then if everybody wouldn't work the same days, this would work out. But no, we all work at the same time. You can't go get your money out the bank. You can't go to the dry cleaners. You can't do anything because everybody it's just the same time. The system is messed up. Okay, the system. This is what I'm talking about. Happy New Year, people. I'm gonna change it. Okay, I'm gonna find a way to convince people. I don't care if you do a 5-day work week. Just stagger it so I can get my things done and just do what I tell you. That's really it. It just completely rearrange your company schedules to suit me. That's really all it takes, people. That's what it is. But anyway, I'm keeping my eye on the bank. That's it. Okay, the bank. I'm watching you. And they're going to come kill me after this. But I'm watching you, okay? I'm watching it. I think you came up with that schedule just to mess with me. I really do. I mean, can't you put one person at the drive-thru? Is it that complicated? For an extra hour? They even do it all 5 days. Oh, but no, you got to pay them extra. Whatever. I don't care. I guess I'll just never get my money out the bank again as long as I work at 9 to 5. But I digress. People. What else is going on? You know what I love in the morning? You know what I love? I love some coffee. You know what I'm saying? I love just regular coffee. Just a nice hot cup of coffee. You know what I put in it? Nothing. I put nothing in it. I like it black. I like black coffee, hot coffee. Everybody always talks about, oh, black coffee, that's a red flag. You're a red flag. Because I like the natural state of things. I like coffee the way it's born in nature. That I'm the red flag, you're the red flag. You don't really like coffee, you people who always say that, oh, black coffee's for psychopaths, black coffee's for this, black coffee's for that. Oh, maybe it is, but guess what? I like it, okay? And I'm tired of people crapping on me for liking black coffee. It happens all the time. I don't know how you could drink that, blah, blah, blah. I don't know how you could drink a freaking dessert every morning. That's what it is. These iced coffee, these people, all they want is they want to put a bunch of sugar and they like to have their dessert in the morning. That's what it is. They don't really like coffee. They just like sugar and sweets. They put the whipped cream, they put the chocolate, they put the sugar. It's just too much, okay? How can you drink that first thing in the morning and go about your day? If I drank the things that you people drink in the morning, first thing in the morning, I wouldn't make it to work. I would just go home. I mean, black coffee as it is, I'm not saying it's good for you. I don't really know. They go back and forth, these studies. Oh, the studies. Studies show this. Studies show that. Well, what studies? Oh, I don't know. It's just, somebody came up with it. They can't decide on coffee. It's either good for you or it's bad for you. I don't really know which. Maybe after drinking 3 cups of it, you can tell that maybe it's not good for you. I don't know. But my point is that I know it's not good for you. It's drinking a bunch of sugar and calling it coffee. It's not coffee. It's just dessert, okay? You put a little bit of coffee in there, and all of a sudden you think, it's just my morning cup of coffee. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. And I understand, it's like training wheels on the bike. When I first started drinking coffee, I put a little sugar in it, the first, I don't know, maybe 10 times, and then that was it. I graduated. I said, I don't need the sugar. What do I need it for? I can't even taste it. Just give it to me black. That's all I want is black coffee. But no, people say, oh, that's a red flag. Everything's a red flag to you people nowadays. Do you realize that? If you say red flag, you're a red flag. That's it. Okay? I just like coffee the way it comes in nature. I understand that it doesn't come, you have the beans and then the hot water. But it's just, why do we have to overcomplicate things? Coffee as it is like 5 calories. I mean, you can't beat that. It's good, it tastes good, it warms you up, it gives you energy. I don't understand how you could get energy for something cold. That doesn't make any sense to me. I'm not totally dissing iced coffee. I drink the occasional iced coffee. Usually when I'm in Greece on the beach, I'll have a frappe. But, it's different. Okay. That is just, that frappe, they don't put a bunch of stuff in it. They just, maybe a little bit of milk, but that's it. They have to put a tiny bit in, but I tell them schietto, which just means, the least amount possible. But people, they put them, it doesn't even look like coffee anymore. It's white. You put so much nonsense in there. I just like regular coffee. It's like grow up, people, okay? Enough. You're drinking 300 calories there. You're claiming it's coffee. Then you go back for more. The frappuccinos and the cappuccinos and the this and the that and the chocolate and come on. Just be honest with yourself. Do you really like coffee? Do you really like coffee, or do you just like a bunch of sugar? And you like to justify it by saying, this is my coffee. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. I just like coffee the way it is. I'm a simple man. Just some black coffee. That's it. No need to complicate things. You just tell people. You don't have to say, oh, put an extra shot of this or whatever that. It's like, that's it. Sometimes I like an espresso. A double espresso is nice, but I'm pretty simple. Usually just black coffee, and you see the results. I'm rambling on here like a madman. But yeah, I don't understand the judgment. I don't judge you for liking dessert in your coffee. I don't say that's a bad thing. I just say be honest about it. But I digress. Listen, I may very well be a psychopath. I don't know. I may be a nut job. I don't know. All I know is that I like black coffee, and I would appreciate if I could like it in peace. That's it. That's really it. And I'm done for that's it. Okay, we're done with that subject. Moving on. Um, y'all been paying attention to baseball lately? Have you seen these contracts that are coming out? I have a list of them here. Let's talk. Let's talk about them. Let's talk some baseball. Why not? Every once in a while. So the biggest one was Aaron Judge, and you know, it's $360 million. That's a lot of money. Okay, 9-year extension, which means he'll be, that'll be 2032 by the time that contract's up. Let me look up, how old is Aaron Judge? I can't type. Aaron Judge is, I think he's a young man. Oh no, I'm sorry, he's 30 years old. So that gets him to 40. And then, so this is a common trend here. I'm going to just keep going. Carlos Correa, 12-year contract. Let's see how old is Carlos Correa. How old is Carlos Correa? He's 28. That also gets him to 40. Okay, and the Padres signed him. I'm sorry, the Mets signed him. Excuse me. Um, so that gets him to 40. Trey Turner, 11-year, $300 million with the Phillies. Let's see, how old is Trey Turner? Trey Turner. He's 29. Okay, that gets him to 40. Xander Bogaerts, he's probably going to be 40. These people are they're paying a lot of money, and it's like they're front loading, so they're hoping that these teams that they haven't won in a while, the Yankees, the Phillies, the Mets, this and that, the Padres. Oh, the Padres, the Padres, the Padres. Everybody loves the Padres. I don't. The Rangers paying DeGrom, Mr. I'm hurt half the year. He's only healthy half the year, people, and it's the half that you don't need him. Jacob DeGrom, $185 million for 5 years. That gets him to 40. I think that he's going to be 40 by the end of that. Let me see. Jacob DeGrom. Yeah, he's 35. That gets him to 39. So it's like, okay, I understand the thought process, but that's a lot of money, and everybody's doing it. All these teams that haven't won in a while, or they never won, like the Padres, they're giving people these really big contracts, but they're signing them. They're going to be paying them until for the next 10 years, and it's like, all right, well, it pays off if you manage to win a World Series, next year, or the year after, even the year after that. I mean, you never know what's going to happen to a person. Just look at Cody Bellinger. The guy was an MVP, and now he's he's not with us anymore. Yeah, he was good on defense, but the guy was like the worst hitter for 2 years. It's like you never know what's going to happen to these people. But I understand the thought process. It pays off if you win a World Series. But I mean, that's a lot of teams that are trying this strategy, and I'm going to be interested to see how it goes. I mean, Aaron Judge, I would say, is worth it just because he's a freaking stud. Correa, I don't like the guy. He's a freaking cheater, but he's good at what he does. Trey Turner's a stud. But then you look at, Xander Bogaerts, is he that good? I don't know. 11 years for almost $300 million. And DeGrom, I've never been convinced by that guy. Yeah, when he pitches, he's magnificent, but he's been hurt. I don't know. He gets hurt all the time. He's just out for half the year. And it's like, well, I don't know. Good luck with that. Can you imagine getting paid hundreds of millions of dollars to play baseball? Could you imagine that? It's like I don't know. I don't even know what you would do with all that kind of money. It's like, at what point is it just another dollar? What point do you have to get to when it's just It's like, what are you saving for, buddy? It's like what? I don't know. That's a lot of money. I don't know what you would do with that kind of money. And listen, these are some of the most talented people in the world, but my goodness, that's a lot of money. $360 million for 9 years of baseball. That's a lot, Aaron Judge. I mean, if they win, it's worth it, but we'll see what happens. You never know about the playoffs. The playoffs are just... I've started to come to the realization that the playoffs are basically a crapshoot. It really doesn't matter how you do in the regular season. Why do you say that, Manoli? Only because my Dodgers, they won, 186 games this year. That's a joke. And they were out in the division series. It really pained me. To the Padres, who we crapped on all year, and they won. So, you know what? It's just a crapshoot, okay? That's my story, and I'm sticking to it, okay? And Dave Roberts needs to go. That's it. Fire Dave Roberts. Please get rid of him, people. Just get rid of him. It's either, I don't know. I'm not going to talk about the Dodgers. It's hard for me to get excited anymore. Yes, they won in 2020, but everybody's, it's a Mickey Mouse ring. But we got cheated out of the ring in 2017, but they don't seem to remember that. Nobody talks about that. The Padres literally cheated the Dodgers out of a World Series. The Astros cheated the Dodgers out of a World Series in 2017, and it's like, nothing happened. Yeah, people were mad in the moment, but nothing happened. Nobody got suspended. They lost a couple of draft picks, and I think they had to pay a fine. They still get to call themselves the 2017 World Series. It's just like, at what point I mean, how dishonest of an organization can you be where somebody can literally cheat their way through a World Series using cameras and trash cans and technology and this and that, and nothing happens? I don't know. It's just baseball, Manoli. Why are you getting so upset? I don't know. Just something's in the water over there. Now they're going to come after me. I've made the MLB angry. I've made the banks angry. I've made the scam callers angry. I've made the iced coffee people angry. So who else am I going to make angry today? I don't know. 26 minutes. That's four different big organizations. I think that's it. I don't know. That's a lot. But yeah, Happy New Year, I guess is all I can say. Oh man, my poor Gamecocks. They really came around at the end, but then they dropped in the bowl game. I mean, at least they put up a good fight, but the freaking defense was atrocious. I say that. I mean, they had a big pick six, but other than that, um, they just let Notre Dame just run all over them. I mean, it was a high scoring game, but you know, overall a decent season for him. Overall good season. I mean, it's interesting how we lose the games that we're supposed to win, and then we win the games we're supposed to lose. But hey, it's football. You never know what's going to happen. How do you feel about the 12-team playoff 2 years from now? College football is going to switch to. How do you feel about that? I don't know how I feel, because it's like they say that the four highest ranked conference champions get a bye. And it's like, why do they continue to pretend that other conferences are equal to the SEC? They're not. The SEC is the most talented conference. It's the hardest conference to win. It's the most skilled conference. Stop acting like all the conferences are equal. They're not equal. Stop giving people special treatment. It's just confusing. They act like everything's equal. It's not. The ACC is not equal to the SEC. It just isn't. Okay, but whatever. So Clemson, you just beat up on cupcake teams all year, and then they get a bye in the first week because they'll be ranked high. Oh, they love Clemson. They love Clemson. By the way, Clemson also lost. They lost to Tennessee. The game that we set up because we beat them both and knocked them both out of the playoffs, and they had to play each other. And Clemson lost, and I was happy about that. So we were both losers on the 30th, okay? We both lost. We both lost to Notre Dame, but we did beat y'all. So Clemson, there you go. Okay? Happy New Year. That's all I can say. Your reign of terror is coming to an end. 8 years of tyranny under the hands of Clemson, but we're rising back up, people. The Gamecocks should be called the Phoenixes. We're rising from the ashes. Little setback on the 30th, but we're going to bring it to you next year. We're going to do it again. I swear to you. Mark my words. And they come back in a year when they fail on me. But I've never claimed to be an oracle. Okay? Never claimed to be an oracle, but I have a feeling. And my gut is usually wrong, but I have a feeling I'm going to say it anyway. What else am I going to talk about here? So there we go. That's 5 groups that I've made angry. Clemson, there you go. I like making them angry. They take it so seriously. It's like it's a crusade or something, the Clemson people with the football. I don't understand it. It's just football. It's just baseball. It's just black coffee. It's just the banks trying to hold on to my money and somebody's going to run off with it. I don't, that's it. But anyway, I think that's going to do it for me. It's been a half hour. Happy New Year, Merry Christmas. I hope you had a good holiday season. And I'll talk to you soon, okay? How about that? Adios. Goodbye.